Okay guys, welcome to my first video. My first one, I think I got a whole two views. It was just so long and not very great. But anyways, today what we're going to do is we're going to be making some resin pendants with this and this one here. Okay, these molds. And what we're going to do is we're going to use UV resin, the hard one, and my other hard one, which is from UV resin. And pick these up from Amazon. These I don't know if you can pick up on Amazon, but I got this at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I can't remember which one for this one here. And we're also going to use my new, let's see if I can loosen this a little bit so you guys can see, or just move it. My new Magic Cure resin lamp. It has a mirror in it that's detachable. Right here, you can detach it. I like to keep it on so I can get both the top and the bottom. And today we're also going to use these stickers. Here, let me bring you guys back over here. That I picked up at, I think it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of the two. $2.49, and I just slid open the sides so that I can just slide them out. And instead of doing a more difficult project today, I figured I'd start off with this really easy one. These are stickers that we're going to take off, which will go into our resin molds. Once we got the resin in, we're going to do some what do they call it? Blooming, I think it is. We're going to be using alcohol inks, and I think today I'm going to use the violet for this one. You're going to need the, they call this sinker white. So this kind of sinks down to the bottom, so you don't want to use too much of this. And so with these stickers, what I'm going to do is, normally you just take them off, pick them off, put them on the resin. You can either put them on the mold itself, or put it on the top of your mold, of your resin mold. What I'm going to do though is how I'm going to do this is I'm going to fill my resin in to 3/4 of the way, and I'm going to add my alcohol inks and let them sit for a minute, and then we'll mix them. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so first off, I'm going to have protective gloves, these nylon, I call them nitro gloves, I believe. You can pick these up in just about any store. I ordered mine from Amazon in bulk. I think it was 250 gloves. I can't remember the price though. I got these like 3 years ago. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to take our resin, and we're just going to put some in here. You only fill it about halfway, because you don't want to overfill it. And you also want to be able to make sure that you have enough room to add your inks, because inks also take up room once you put them into your resin project. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ink. Like I said, I'm using this violet. These are, I don't have the box anymore, but I got these from Walmart also. All you gotta do is look for alcohol inks for resin, and it'll have a whole bunch of different ones you can choose from. I don't remember, I think there's like $26 for 26 of them, something like that. So basically what we're first gonna do is, I'm just gonna put a couple drops in here. You don't wanna put too much. It is alcohol ink. I'm gonna put one in the middle. My bad, guys. This isn't even alcohol ink. This is my regular. So what I need is, hold on 1 second. Okay, we should be back on track now. So I refilled this, and I got to get my correct ink, which is these two that I showed you. These are alcohol inks. They have the black lid. The regular is got the white lid. So now that we've got the correct, let's go with our magenta. Here, magenta. And maybe some, orchard. Let's do some orchard too. So you want to make sure you mix these really well. One of the things they say about the alcohol inks is after a while they tend to fade with alcohol inks. So if you are going to end up trying to sell these or anything like that, you should let people know that they're made with alcohol ink and that after time they will fade the color. There are some, supposedly some types of resins or something, or alcohol inks that you can get that will keep them from fading, but I don't know. So first of all, when you start with our orchard, let's start with our orchard. I'm just going to put drop in the middle. Bring you guys a little closer, maybe. Let me adjust here. And bring this over here more. Maybe 3 times zoom. Oh, there we go. That's pretty zoomed in there. Hopefully it's in focus. Okay, so what it does, it spreads itself out like that. And we can put another drop in, but I want to just put 1 drop because I want it to try to be still transparent as much as possible, see-through, so that the resin will cure through the colors. All right, add 1 drop of this other purple. This is the magenta. I'll probably add 1 more there. Let's put 1 more of the other here. I kind of want to get it to go spread to the outside as much as possible. So I might need some more. Let's put 1 more drop of each in here. Let those sit and work their magic a little bit. Get you guys more in the middle of my. So I'm using my phone for this. All right. Now what we gotta do is you gotta shake this sinker white really good, because it's a pretty. It's not a translucent. It's more whatever the word is. You can't see through it. So you want to try and use as little of it as possible. We're just going to put a drop in the middle. One here. One here. Kind of let those just do their thing. Oh, another tool I'll be using is this here. Let me zoom you guys out. Is this? It's kind of like a brush, but it's foam on the end. You can also get these at Michael's and Walmart, even a few different places. And on the other end, they have this little round end to it. This you use for mixing your colors, and also if you want to just drop just little bits of resin inside of your thing. You just put your resin in like another one of these areas that you're not using, dip it in, and then you can make small dots with it. All right, so now what I want to do, I want to go in the middle here. I want to start swirling this out. Always keep paper towel with you. I didn't bring mine, so give me just 1 minute. One thing I do want to point out also is the alcohol inks are mostly used for a two-part epoxy resin. You know, the part that's the two-part, not UV, but you can use it for UV. The only problem you're going to face is that your lamp is going to have a hard time getting through the colors to get to make the resin cure. Now, I'll show you what I do for that. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have some little. This is the first time I've used this particular resin lamp, so I'm still learning how to do it. But what's most likely going to happen is the top is going to end up wrinkling a little bit, and what you can do for that, I'll show you once I'm putting it into my lamp right here. I just put it in my lamp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it for, let's bring it closer so you guys can see it. I'm going to do 120 seconds. So that's like 3 minutes, I think. 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Yeah. And I'm going to put it on, I'm going to set my wattage to 36 first. See what happens. See if it cures. Let me get you guys a view here so you can see it. It's inside here curing. Now, you don't want to look into your, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but you don't want to look into the lamp. It's really not good for your eyes. It can blind you, all kinds of problems. So the best thing to do is either not look away. You can put your hands in front of it, you know, depending on whether you're using this kind of lamp or if you're using these ones here. Same concept, but in a handheld. That I got from Amazon also. So in this case, I'm just going to cover it with my hands so it's not bothering me visually. So we'll put it on pause just until it's done. So it's going to finish up here in a couple of seconds, and it'll automatically turn itself off. Okay, now I'm going to bring this out. Let's move our lamp back a little bit. Let's see if this has gotten hard or if it's, see, it's still really soft. It's still soft. That tends to be a problem when you're using the alcohol inks. It has a hard time penetrating the light through the resin. So I'm going to do is try and put it in for another minute or so. See if we can get it to actually cure a little bit harder. So this time I'll do the same. I'll just do the 90 this time, 90 seconds. Maybe I'll boost this up to the max wattage, which is the 48. So right now, still waiting for it to cure. It's got another 60 seconds on it. Alright, so it's about done. Right, let's take it out, see what we got. Over here is nice and it's hard, but the rest of it is still really soft. So what I'm going to do, and this is what I usually do, is I will take and put another layer of clear resin on there. Just a thin layer. It's enough to clear resin on there. Make sure it's at the ends. Alright. And we're going to put it back in here. 60 seconds. And I'll be back with you guys when this is done. Alright, so I'm going to take that out. We're going to see if it's hard. Here, now it's hard. Nice and hard, like it should be. Now, what I'm going to do is, since I took my mirror out, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to cure it on the other side for about 30 seconds. I'll put it in because it only has a minute, 90 seconds, and so on. So another thing I got to make sure I put in here is you want to have a well-ventilated area when you're doing this. It has a low odor, but it still has an odor, and it's kind of makes you not feel very great. And it's always best to make sure that you have your PPE, which is personal protective equipment. So gloves, protective eyewear, and some kind of mask, so that you don't inhale all those fumes. Stop it. Let's bring it out. Looks like we're pretty good and solid. Now, let's take a look at the back side again. I'm liking the front better. So what I'm going to do is make this the front. So now what we do is we're going to take our sticker. It's best to let this cool off for a minute. Okay? Should take a couple minutes to cool down. You can always take it out and put it in water if you want, but I would not recommend doing that because you want to try and do everything you need to do within the mold so that you don't have to take the chance of it leaking down the sides and everything else. Right now this is still pretty warm. I could dip it in water. You can dip it in water, and I'll probably do that after I'm done here. All right, let's get this out of the way right now. Okay, so now it's just a matter of choosing which sticker you want. Get it off my mat here. Here we go. And find which one you want. I think today I'm going to do, let's do peace. Why not? Right? Everybody wants peace, don't we? So take these stickers off, just peel them off. It is much easier without gloves on, but let's see, can we get this off of here? In a second, I want to try and get this off. Alright guys, I'm back. So my suggestion, take your gloves off to take these stickers off because they stick really well. So let's get you in closer here. Show it 3 times. Let's bring this into view for you guys. What you're going to do is, if you have some tweezers, which I happen to have actually right here, some tweezers. Best thing I would say is take your tweezers grab the end of it. So you can try and get it as straight as possible in your piece. So I'm going to get it in the middle and as close to the middle as possible. Bring it down. Make sure it's sticking. Alright, so we have our sticker in. Now, I would actually normally say put some gloves back on. So I already got mine off. We're going to take our resin again. We're just going to put a light coat on so that fills the rest of the mold up to the top. And what you're going to want to do is take your tool here and bring it to the edge. Just kind of just move it to the edge. You don't want to go over, but you do want to move it to the edge as much as possible, so you have as flush as you can get it. All right. Now, for those of you who don't have what do you call it? A cure lamp like this one. This one I think was 160 or something on, and you had to go to the Resin Rockers website. It's resinrockers.com, and you can get it there. They have a couple of colors. The blue, there's green. It's more of it's a lighter blue. For those of you who don't have one of those, I'm going to use one of my hand lamps, which I have right here. Let me zoom you guys back out. I'll zoom you out some more. Alright. We're just going to take it and just run it in here for about 30 seconds. And then check it. See if it's still a little sticky. Or if it's hard with your tool. This tool. And then we're going to turn it over. And just hit it from the back side just to make sure. That should be good. Now, we can take this out. It may still be a little sticky. So if it's a little sticky, I'll show you what you do for that. So we can take it out. Okay, that's what we have. That's what it looks like. Okay. Now, for the water, you can take cold water in a cup, and you can just drop it in there. Then take your lamp again, and just cure it from the top and the bottom. You can either do it this way and then flip it over and do it, or if you want, which I don't recommend, is take it underneath, because you don't want to look at those lights. You don't want to look at those lights. Definitely not good for you. Okay, and that should help get rid of your stickiness. Let's go ahead and turn it over. These tools work really good too for turning over, because they have like that little hook end on them. This part, it kind of grabs and brings it. So turn it over again, and we just hit it from the top, like so. Alright. So after we do that, we can take it out, dry it off with a paper towel if you want. Just dry it off. Just dab it. Okay. Now this one, we don't need to make this back black. We can leave it just like this, and it'll be just fine. So what we want to do now is, hold on, let me get the parts I need real quick. Okay, so the last thing we want to do, so we want to turn this over. You can get these, I got these off of Amazon. It's just the ones I was actually looking for, a little bit different, crimping ones. I can't find them anywhere. So we're using this kind right here. You can see that. It's got the loop on one side, and it's got a flat end on the other. The side that has the rough side, we're going to place that on the back. So when we're done, after we resin this, it'll be like here. Okay, just like that. So what we do, turn it over, get our resin. Put my glasses back on, and we just put a little, just a little bit of resin on here. And then we want to make sure we get it as center as possible. Alright, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on. It's another good reason to have gloves on, because it will get on your fingers. And we want to center this as much as we can, so you guys can see. Alright, you don't want it sideways. We want it to be straight up. I want these to look as professional as possible. Just takes a bit of maneuvering around. Okay, so I'm gonna move it right here a little bit. That looks about right. Then we're gonna take our lamp and we're gonna cure this on there. Just enough to tack it down so it stays, so you can take your finger off of it. Alright, so we take our finger off of it, finish letting it cure. Just taking the light to it. And to tell you the truth, for me, the best UV to use for such a little project like this is a lamp like this. And this one is called, it's called Escolite. E-S-C-O-L-I-T-E. I got this from Amazon. Look these up under UV lamps or flashlights, or just UV resin lamps or lights. Actually, you do better. And look for this brand. It works really well for me. It uses 3 AA's. And you will go through batteries fast. So I like to get the cheap ones because I use it so often that the cheap batteries just make better sense to me, I guess, in a pinch. You can get the expensive ones, and we hope that they'll last longer. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about batteries to which one's the better brand or which one's going to last longer. So after we've let it cure for a little bit, we're just going to put a little bit more on top and down the sides. Just a little bit. And you can spread that around. On the outside. Bring it to the edge. And this leftover, you can just kind of just fan it out if you want, or leave it. It's just fine leaving it where it is. But I want to try to have as least of amount of lump on the back as possible. So I am going to bring mine out a bit. Yeah, I gotta get my paper towels again. Okay. Now what I want to do, just give that a little light. stop it from running. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put another coat just on the back, completely on the back of it. Just enough to cover the back. And you want to bring it to the edge as well. Just bring it to the back and just bring it to your ends, to the edges. And try not to go over. This is a thinner resin, so it is easy to accidentally drip it down the side. The best thing obviously is to have it on a level surface. That's the best advice I can give you, is have it on a level surface. And this is just to give it an extra bit of protection in the back. Okay. Now you can, if it does go down the edge, you can wipe it really quick. Actually, the best thing to do is wait until you've gone. I got to put a little more on the edge here. You can see it's coming off my edge. The light can kind of help you to see where the light looks different. Instead of a nice straight line, it kind of dips in or has some weird little lines on it. Is the best thing for me, I would suggest, is take it, and I can see there's some more edge there I could have put on. I could have brought it a little bit closer. Let's bring you guys down a little bit more. So I'm just putting a nice coat. Start just kind of not right at the edge, but close to the edge, and bring it around, and then fill in the middle, and then start moving it to the edge of your lines. Okay, so let's check to see if that's hard. Yeah, it's getting hard. It's a little sticky still. So let's keep the light on a little bit longer. Now again, this is my first video. I really don't know how to do the links, add this link and all to the materials and all that stuff yet. But I will as I do more videos. I'll start learning how to do all that stuff. Just like I said, my first video. Let's check it out here. See if it's hard. Yeah, it's getting hard. Not really, still a little sticky over here. Don't want to leave fingerprints, because then it just kind of ruins the piece. So the best thing is just use your tool, and then you can maybe use the other side. If it sticks at all, then give it some more time. Okay, so I think we're good there. And now we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do one more coat. I'm going to do it the exact same way. I'll try to bring you guys in closer so you can see. I'm bring this so you guys can see it. I do my best to not get my hands in the way. But so what I'm going to do is see, we're going to start putting it down. Start away from the edge. Don't go completely to the edge. Okay? Just bring it around. And then just kind of fill in your center. Alright. Then after you do that, I'm going to bring it to the sides again. Bring it to the corners, or the edges. Best you can. That gives it another nice clear coat. Okay. So we're just going to bring it to the edge. Alright. We're going to take our lamp to it again. 5-year-old husky and about a 7-month-old Malinese. If you know what a Malinese is, they're kind of like German Shepherds. I think they're in the same family. They're a little bit smaller and a little bit more agile. They're used a lot by law enforcement and military because they're just more agile, and you can strap them to you and jump out of a plane easier than you can with a German Shepherd. So a couple things I want to point out here is we got this is nice and it's done, but I need to put a little bit more here. I have a bit of a dip right in here, and that's probably because of the color resin that we put in here kind of started drying and shrinking and pulling the resin into it. So I'm going to put another coat just in this area here. That's where I need to. And things I want to point out, there are some air bubbles in here, and one of the things I forgot to tell you is have one of these lighters. Let me zoom you guys back out. Have one of these type of lighters, you know, with a flexible end. You can get these at CVS, Walmart, just about any grocery store, even, I mean, any. A lot of times you can even get them at gas stations, but you want to have that end to bend because it's just easier than trying to go straight down with one because it tends to bring the flame up here. Whereas the curved one, you can just take it and just pop your air bubbles with it before you cure it. I didn't do that before, so I have some bubbles, but they're not too noticeable. And I'm going to put that little bit of resin in here to fix that spot. Just a little bit. I'm going to let it level itself out. This is self-leveling, so you don't have to worry about trying to make it level. As long as you're on a level surface and it's level as you can get it, and then this, let's use the other end. This will level itself out. Now, because I have that dip, I need to bring some more out so it's not so bumpy in the middle. I'm just going to bring some of it out. Try to bring it down as much as I can, but we want to try and leave as much as in that dip spot as we can. That was the whole point, is to get the spot covered so that it's as flush as possible. So now we're going to use our lamp again. Alright. Still got a bit of a dip in there. So I'm going to have to put a little bit more. Just a drop. Just let it stay there. And fill in. Take a minute. Just let it fill in that spot. Sorry about that, guys. I ended up hitting my stop button in the middle of doing this. So this is going to be added on to the video in editing, just so I can get the end, so we can get the end of it. And so I'm going to grab it again. I'm going to take our UV lamp. Let's see, do we take care of it? Pretty much. There's still a little bit of a dip in there, but this is just a practice piece. So, recommend have one of these tools. They come in a pack usually, and you have pointed ones, you have some flat ones, okay? And sometimes they even come with a brush. So you want to make sure you get these, and these ends come in different sizes, from really tiny ball to a bit bigger than this ball here. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Again, like I said, I messed up and stopped my recording before I was done, so I'm gonna have to splice this into the video when I'm done before I put it on YouTube for you guys. And I want you guys to stay safe and like and subscribe if you want. If you don't like, thumbs down. Either's fine. I'm just doing this to help you guys, just to learn. I'm still learning myself. You know, I've been only working with resin for a couple of months now, but it's fun, and I'll teach you what I know. I am definitely no professional. I don't know all the different ins and outs of stuff yet. I'm just a normal person trying to teach you guys. Now, I do want to mention that in my next video, we're going to do a lot of the same kind of thing, but instead of using the ink, we're going to be using some powders. And I don't have any powders out right now, but what I'll do is when I get ready to make this next video, then I'll show all that stuff to you. Now this is going to be done using powders. You're still going to be using the same resin mold, but we're going to be using a Cricut. For those of you who have a Cricut, I have the Cricut Joy. It's right here. It's pretty small. Let me zoom you guys out again. My Cricut Joy. You can see it right there in the background right here. And this cuts vinyls and different things, and we'll go over some of that in my next video. But until then, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my non-professional because this is my first video, and I'm not an expert yet at YouTube and all that stuff. But I hope that you learned a little something. And also, I just want to say, if you don't like it showing like this piece down here, you can just, instead of placing it this way, just turn it around and so it's facing that way. Either way, it's a great project. You have this back here. You can put your own chains, whatever chains you want to use. You can hook up to these. I think I have one here somewhere that I can show you guys. Yeah, this is just what I'm using. This is when I just made my name, or just the first initial of my name, and I'll teach you guys how to do that too. That's a lot harder, takes more work, but we'll do that too. But this is the chain I'm talking about. It's just rope. I'll zoom you guys out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. That's zooming in. We don't want to zoom in. So this is some rope with a end on it, like this, for different sizes. Get these at Michael's, and get these at Amazon. That's where I got mine, is Amazon. I can't say you get it at Michael's. That's correction there. I don't know if you can or not. I have seen some kinds of things like this. They have different stuff in their jewelry area, but these I got on Amazon. I think it was like, I don't know, 50 or 100 or something like that for like $9 or something like that. So that's another project we'll do something on later. I'm still learning how to do this myself. So until next time, guys, hope you liked and enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and follow for more videos. Appreciate your guys' time. Have a wonderful day.